Welcome back to Ask the Attorney. We're here with Kevin Kennedy from the Kennedy Law Firm in Clarksville, and we've got several more callers here, and you can keep calling that line, 737-plus, 737-7587. A great opportunity to have all kinds of legal questions answered today.
Glad to do it.
All right, we've got, I believe, Essie here. Hi, Essie.
Okay, I'm Anthony. I would like to know if I go in the nursing home, my home is right. In other words, it's not paid for. But if I go in the nursing home, can the nursing home take my home?
Okay, that question is $1 million question. We see it all the time. Nursing homes, if they take people in, they can put a lien. It all depends. Do we have enough money to pay the monthly payment? If you don't, they're looking for whatever assets you have to pay that, because once you get in there, no one knows how long you will actually be there. And many people, they take their Social Security and they put that in there. There's what's known as a rollback in period. So if families are confronted with this possibility, you said your dad was 60 and other people get some age, they should go talk to an estate lawyer. And so if they knew that this is a possibility we're going to have to deal with, a health issue comes up, then you should try to evaluate it. If you're going to deed the property, sell the property, then you need to find out what the rollback years are to get away from that situation. And so an estate lawyer, it would be worth your time to do it. Everybody waits till the last minute. Well, that's why they have those laws, so that you can't get rid of all of your property and leave the state to try to take care of these people in the nursing home.
Yeah.
Great question. Thank you. Best wishes for you.
We've got Kathy here. Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
How can we help you today?
I was wanting some information, possibly. My daughter, I'm a single mother, and my daughter, got child support. Her husband recently got awarded disability. He has been her life, and I have had to go to court, and every time I go to court, they would say, well, it will be looked at later. We'll have to come back in 3 months, because we tell the child people that come up there that didn't have a job. So,
are you able to
okay,
hear
and I understand kind of what the gist is. You were breaking up, but I know you're interested in saying that the child's father's on disability and you're trying to collect child support. The rule in Tennessee necessarily is if you've got a child, you're going to have to support that child. There's also many rules out there that say, well, you can't take these people's Social Security disability. What you may know or may not know, the Social Security disability also can provide funds for that child. So many times if you got someone that's making $1,500 a month Social Security disability, there may be a check available for that child. So you should go and pursue that and get $600 a month. Really what happens, mothers don't have the money. They're single moms. They don't have the information. That's why this program is so valuable to all these. No way to know. You're caught in the crossfire. How are we going to pay these bills? Then get up and pursue it. So I'm telling you, if you've got these children and the father's on Social Security disability, try to get with them. Go to the Social Security office, because those funds, they collect them all the time. And then he'll use that to try to get out of his child support. If you're confronted with that as a man and they're bringing state charges against you and threatening to put you in jail, hire a lawyer. Let him kind of navigate you through that system, so perhaps you can go get the child support for those children through the Social Security disability.
All right. We've got Diana here. Hi, Diana. Diana, it's hard to hear you. I don't know if it's your TV set, if that's on, if you'll turn the volume all the way down and just talking to the phone.
Hey there.
All right, I think we're having some technical problems with Diana, but hopefully she can get that fixed and we'll come back to her. Got Sandra here. Hi, Sandra.
Hi. I just called. I don't think I made it clear on what I was asking the question about.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Kennedy. Yes, I'm the lady who talked to you about moving from Dallas
Yes.
to Tennessee.
Yes.
Yes. My question was that I got valuables lost in somebody else's house.
Yes, ma'am.
And they have valuables here, but I don't know who they are. They don't know who I am.
Well, the person that's responsible is that moving company. And if their negligence has caused you damage, which obviously it has, then you're looking to sue that company for the value of the merchandise that you have. Now, the benefit to all those who are listening, document what you're putting on that truck. And you know, we have them all the time saying, well, we thought this was a reputable mover, and they've taken all our glassware and they stacked it there because they had a bunch of inexperienced movers, and they've broken all our china and our crystal. Yes, they moved it, but it's all damaged, and so we make a claim.
Maybe there's some type of contract too, that there's a breach of contract.
Absolutely, and they should have an implied warranty that, you know, what we pay for, we're contracting your services of $5,000 to move this, and so that it is not damaged, and have a good understanding with them on the front end. And then you need to be there when they unload it, open it, so that we know right then what the situation is. And so many people, they move it, put it in storage, and then months later they come. And remember last year's, you cannot sit on your rights. You need to take a proactive approach. The squeaky door gets the oil, the early bird gets the worm. Move. Proactive approach, please. And now everybody's got cameras, so you can take pictures and document. And if you don't, I'm telling you again, on your household content. One of the lawyers at my office involved in a car wreck, and they said, well, you know, I really don't want to get involved. All this is kind of minor. And I said, well, I'm going to guarantee you that insurance company is going to move to hoodoo you. So they go back and they said, well, I've got the phone call. And I said, well, tell me. And he said, well, now they're not wanting to. I said, did I not tell you day one? And so everybody has a sense that all we want to be is fair, but so many of the adjusters or insurance companies, they don't really have that sense of being fair. And what you think a car's worth $20,000, they think it's worth $11,000. We've got a big problem.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we've got Diana back, I believe. Hi, Diana.
Hi there, how you doing?
Okay, go ahead, Diana.
Excuse me.
I'm not going to call the name. I'm employed somewhere, and like the length of service you have, you know, you do, the first year you would be $100, second year is, you know, $50.
Okay.
And then when it's time to come to get our bonus, there wasn't no bonus. They told us we weren't going to get one, but there's a big corporate.
Okay.
How can we go about this, doing this, you know, but they wait to the last moment and everybody was disappointed?
Yes. Well, here's, you know, bonuses are given from management and corporations to try to meet goals or whatever. It's a good thing. Again, they're going to try to maintain. There is no consideration for that. That's just an open end. To have a contract, there's got to be a mutual meeting of the minds, and there needs to be some consideration. Now, your argument is a good argument. You say, yeah, you told us that if we did all these quotas and we met this, that we would get a bonus. Well, they've reneged on that. Again, does that create a sense of injustice? Absolutely. Public policies against it. It rubs us wrong. Amy doesn't like it. I don't like it. And so, really, it gets down to, am I going to file a complaint with the Tennessee Department of Labor? Because we've been cheated. We've been told that we were going to get this as part of our compensation packet, and see what they will do. Many times these complaints are filed with the state, and those state employees come in, and it creates a big problem for the company. Didn't say it get your money, didn't say it wouldn't. Because when you get into a whole big ordeal, if they're beating you on a little $50 deal, they're probably beating a whole lot of others on more. So, and the word to the wise, you know, if you get a complaint, you need to hire a lawyer, because a little complaint can blow up into a real big complaint.
That's true, especially if there's a lot of workers at that company.
Yes.
All right, we've got Ruth here. Hi, Ruth.
Hi. I have a question.
Yes.
My question is, I had a roof put on about a year ago, and it's leaking. It's in the same place that I had the roof put on for. So what can I do about that?
Okay. Well, obviously, when you had the roof put on, there's a lot of things go into play. Was this a licensed roofer? And did y'all have a written contract? Did a warranty come with it? Was it from a company? And did the insurance company pay? You know, we have wind damage, and so usually the insurance company sends someone out and says, okay, we got to put a new roof on. Well, then I'd go back to my insurance company and say, y'all, the roof work was faulty. And the insurance company can go back on them because it damages their insurable interest. Now, if you're someone and you said, my roof is leaking, the guy says, okay, I'm going to fix it. I'll go up and put some shingles. He's going to maintain. All I did was put a box of shingles over this. I never guaranteed you anything. I never represented anything. There is no misrepresentation other than you paid me $50 and I put a roof of shingles, a square of shingles on a patch up there. And so we have to know the facts. And if you are going to do work, let's put it in writing. The statute of frauds in Tennessee says if there's a contract more than $500 to be enforceable, it needs to be in writing. You go back to my horse trading friend of many years ago, had a 6th grade education, but he died as a millionaire. His famous words were, Kevin, a good understanding keeps down a misunderstanding. And I heard those words of wisdom all these years, and I continue to use it even when we hire lawyers. Yeah. I'd say, now, do we have a good understanding? This is what we expect. And it's great news for all of us in any kind of business we go into. You know, I had some steps done at my home, and my dad was a barber. My dad said, did you get it in writing? I'll never get it. I said, Dad, I'm the lawyer. But it's still in my mind 20 years later because he was trying to protect me. And the benefit of this program is you're learning information. Tell your children, tell your grandchildren, tell your nephews, tell your nieces, tell your brother, because so many of them, they don't think in those split seconds, and then we move, then we regret.
Yeah, and it's a really great opportunity to get this legal advice. So call that number at the bottom of your screen, 737+, 737-7587, and of course we're here every month, usually on a Thursday night,
yes.
This time on a Tuesday night.
We had to do the Tuesday night. My son Kenny's graduating from medical school, and so it had to be moved up. Yeah, so it's interesting. And they said, why didn't he want to be a lawyer? I said he didn't want that hard a life.
Well, it sounds like he's going to have a hard life too. But, all right, we've got Charles here. Hi, Charles.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Charles.
Hey, yeah, I had a little problem. But 12 years or so, you know, I got a few scars with the law, so I got a little bit of criminal record. I'm going to say it from the beginning.
That's all right. We understand.
Okay, but I got myself straightened up. I haven't been in any scores with any law. You know, I've been clean. Even when I'm female, I haven't had any arrest or anything about 12, 13 years now. And I fell off a ladder and I busted myself up. I got on permanent disability. And I had a caregiver, you know, I got on the Choices program, and I had a caregiver come in my home right here. And she kept trying to ask me for money and stuff, and I wouldn't give her any money. And all of a sudden, somebody hit me out here in my driveway, busted my head open. And meanwhile, I laid out in the yard for a couple of days here before somebody finally noticed me, brought me in my house, laid me in my bed. And then, you know, the first of the month, it took me a few days before I started thinking about it. You know, my wallet was missing.
All right.
I called my debit card. All my money was gone off my debit card. That's my Social Security money for my disability. And, you know, of course, that's what I called the police.
Right.
Okay. And then Detective Windsor was put on the case. And then he got onto the case, and he said he found some pictures at a Walmart from if I knew anybody drove a blue SUV. And the only thing I could think of was my caregiver.
Yes.
And you know, so it was going on down, you know, skipping a bunch of down the street. They haven't arrested or anything. They're wanting to just indict her. I can't understand what's going on.
All right. Well, let me share this with you. You know, when you make that go to the police and they're going to do an investigation, it's a felony of taking that card and transferring funds and all of those things. Many times they have a right to issue a warrant, but they also can go to the grand jury and get a sealed indictment. So that sounds like, which is all legitimate and no problem.
And maybe they're doing that because she's involved with that Choices program.
Could be. Wow. And you know, we hear this all the time about elderly people. They say, well, golly, we got to have someone stay with mother. Well, you better check your references, because when you open your home up, you know, the next thing you know, I know in our family 30 years ago, we took a great aunt to the nursing home, and she was distraught. I was younger then, and she had a lot of diamond rings. So they didn't want to upset her, so they left her diamond rings on her and they put her in the nursery on a Friday. On Monday, when my mother went back to visit her, she said, "What about her diamonds?" And they were never discovered again. So what do you say? So words to the wise, I think the best thing you can do is let the police take their course with this, because you can't prove it without their help. The state government dollars are providing you that service, and as part of the restitution, you can determine how much monies were gone, and then you ask for the state to make that as part of her probation. It's amazing, if you get the police to order it in the criminal charges, they will pay restitution because they don't want to go back to jail.
And sometimes the wheels of justice turn slowly, so you gotta have a little patience.
They really do. They really do. And you know, from a defense lawyer standpoint, one of the old lawyers said, "You know, Kevin, it's easier to scotch a car than it is to push it." I said, "Well, touche." And what he meant, if we're defending that case, let it drag on, because witnesses die, witnesses move. And you know, I've been a lawyer for 32 years, and he was exactly right. And you know, people get aggravated and your emotions are high. As time goes by, you calm down and it's not quite as intense.
Right. Well, we'll be back after a break with Kevin Kennedy, but keep calling those lines, 737-7587.